Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Screamin'. Welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and the Final Shape / Echoes Act 2 intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. Xur has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris after a 2-week hiatus because we had Iron Banner. So I'll give you a brief rundown on those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, and cheeses that you might want to take advantage of heading into the weekend, especially if you haven't had a chance to play very much this week. But to start off, Xur, over in his usual spot now in the tower. And he is selling, to start off, we have the Sunshot Catalyst, something I think everybody's going to want to pick up. The Sunshot plays very well with Prismatic Builds, has really played really good in PvE builds for quite some time now. So if you don't have it, definitely pick it up. It only improves the Sunshot even more, and it's already an amazing PvE weapon. I don't really know how well it plays in PvP, but I can assume it's still pretty good as well. We have the Traveler's Chosen Catalyst. Haven't found myself really using this particular exotic that often, but let me know if you pick it up. We have the Gemini Jester leg armor for the Hunter class with a 66 roll, very high in mobility, intellect, and strength. 66 is not a bad roll. I don't know if this stat distribution is something that I would necessarily want for myself, but it's not bad. I think you could build into it. Seems more like a PvP focused roll. We have the Dune Marchers for the Titan class with another 66 roll. I would actually recommend getting these. It's a decent stat distribution across the board. High in recovery, discipline, not bad in resilience, and pretty good in strength. Faster sprinting and chain melee damage. I actually really like this roll for this particular exotic, though I'm not totally sure how it plays into the meta currently. And then we have the Astrocythe Verse for the Warlock with a 64 roll, high in mobility, improves blink, but sort of a wasted stat. In my opinion, I would have loved to have seen that more in resilience, recovery, or discipline. 64, not the best, so might be worth skipping this particular exotic this week. For a new gift this week from Xur, this last column always sort of rotates. Sometimes we'll have just engrams from a particular vendor like Vanguard or Crucible, and sometimes we'll have things like Artifice Armor, so always be on the lookout for that. But this week we have Nightfall Ciphers. I think this is the very first time we've seen Xur sell Nightfall Ciphers. If you don't know what a Nightfall Cipher is, essentially it's something you get from completing Nightfalls that you can then turn in at the Vanguard vendor, Zavala, for a possible Adept weapon, or I think you can still use them for other weapons, though maybe not Adept, but if you save up enough of these and you have other materials, you can buy yourself an Adept version of this week's reward, which I will cover later, but if you didn't see my video earlier this week, it is Wild Style Grenade Launcher, which apparently comes with some interesting perks now. You can get blinding grenades on it, probably auto-loading holster. I think it's actually a very decent PvE, if not a very good PvE weapon at the moment. I haven't found myself using it that often, but people were saying that there was specific roles like things with Envious Assassin or Bait and Switch with disorienting grenades. I think that's probably something pretty good, so might be worth getting. And if you need a couple of extra Nightfall Ciphers to possibly get the Adept version of the Wild Style this week, Xur has a couple for you. So this is actually, I think, very decent as far as a pickup is concerned if you're looking to spend some strange coins. On the subject of strange coins, really quick, as we head over to our strange offerings page, you've heard me talk many times about the Favor of the Nine buff. This, of course, increases the amount of strange coins you'll get at the end of core playlist activities. Also remember that at least in Vanguard and Crucible this week, I think Gambit as well, it's double rank rewards and double loot in general. So I've been getting things like 3 exotics at the end of a Grandmaster Nightfall run if you can get a platinum score. That'll also be benefited by the favor of the 9, but apparently this was not working properly for several reasons. I've heard that it was actually supposed to be account-wide, and it's only been focused on a individual characters, so you're supposed to be able to have this buff on any character, and it should translate to all 3 characters or whatever you're playing on that week. Currently, it's only working on 1 character at a time. I've also heard, but because of this not giving out the amount of strange coins that it was supposed to, having nothing to do with whether or not it was character or account-wide, Bungie is going to be giving a whole bunch of free strange coins sometime in the near future. I was actually hoping that it was going to be here at Xur today, but if you are low on strange coins, I'm sure most people aren't, or if you've been wondering why you haven't been getting more when you've bought this buff, that's why. There's been some issues with it. So look out in the future. You might just get a package of strange coins in the mail randomly one day. We also have our strange materials offering. I always suggest picking up the Glimmer because you're never really going to find cheaper Glimmer than 7 strange coins for 29,000 or 5 strange coins for 22,000 Glimmer. You can also pick up some enhancement cores. The price for these is not quite as good. You have the Ascendant Alloy, but still worth picking up if you're just trying to spend some so that you can unlock the favor of the 9. Remember also the strange gifts are a great place to spend some strange coins, as you can get raid banners from here, you can get certain weapons. Also remember over on the main page that you can actually get red borders from the strange engrams now. So all of these things, as I've said many times before, make Xur really the best vendor in the game. I mean, that's my opinion, but I think it's fairly universally renowned at this point that just because of the versatility of Xur at the moment, it's always worth going and spending at least a little bit of time figuring out all the stuff that you can get from Xur every single weekend. I like to reiterate some of these facts just because people might not know, and I always get questions or sometimes people saying, hey, I got a red border from Xur. So, you know, if anybody who doesn't know out there, all these things are available. Over on our strange gear offerings page, we have the Hawkmoon, of course, with moving target. We have the Arbalist, an amazing weapon to pick up. Great for endgame. You'll find yourself using it in GMs, all of the types of stuff. Just a great weapon to have. I believe the Catalyst was actually on sale a couple of weeks ago, so pick it up if you don't have it. We have the Trinity Ghoul. This actually was a great weapon at one point. I haven't found myself using it in a while, but for AoE, ad clear kind of stuff, there was a point in time where this was like the super PvE meta. Let me know in the comments section down below about any of the exotics that we've mentioned, whether or not you've been using them in PvE, PvP, what builds you've liked for them, especially the Trinity Ghoul. And then we have the Prospector Grenade Launcher. Haven't found myself using this one that often as of late, but who knows. Still could be a super PvE secret meta that I just am unaware of. For our legendary weapons, we have a Nature of the Beast with Subsistence and Rangefinder. We have the Annual Skate with No Distractions and Wellspring. We have an Arsenic Bite with Quick Draw and Archer's Tempo. We have the Far Future with Slide Shot and Demolitionist. We have an Honor's Edge with Balance Guard, Tireless Blade, and Flash Counter. We have a Memory Introduct with Surplus and Chain Reaction, and then we have the Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard and Relentless Strike. We have the Gwenson Knight armor set for legendary gear. Nothing really stand out for the Warlocks. Maybe these pair of boots isn't too bad because we have high resilience, and 66 is pretty good. It's really a shame that most people didn't pay attention to that Artifice armor when it was sold a few weeks ago, because you can really tell how good that piece was. I believe it was like a 66 base stat roll, but then once you upgrade that and put everything onto it, you're looking into the high 80s. But this is not a bad armor set. I'm sure most people are just going to be buying it for the ornament, if you like those ornaments. Let me know in the comments section down below. I haven't had a chance to look on Hunter or Titan if there was anything particularly stand out. And then remember, on our second page, we have the Lonely Exotic Cipher quest. That's going to be it for Xur today. Pick up the things you want. Definitely pick up the Sunshine Catalyst if you don't have it. It's probably the best thing sold this week, as well as these Nightfall Ciphers. We're now going to head over into, or over to Saint 14 really quick. Give a brief rundown on his loot. We'll also stop at Banshee-44 real quick, see if he has any gems available for us. Can't imagine he does. Remember, if you're looking for any tips on this week's Nightfall, it is the Fallen Saber, Old Strike. Plenty of glitches and cheeses that you can use in there, especially for solo players. We have a Sherlock from Banshee-44, Nature of the Beast again. We have a Farewell. I actually like this sidearm. We have a Soul Survivor, and we have an Honor's Edge. If you're looking for any tips, I posted a video on Tuesday about that. I also posted a video yesterday about how to get some free enhancement cores, send alloy, red borders, all kinds of stuff, completely AFK. If you're just wondering quickly where to spend those exotic ciphers, here you go. So as you can see, you need 10. So Xur has a couple extra ones for you. Get yourself the adept version of this week's weapon, or maybe next week's weapon, or maybe a week after that. Some great stuff in the Nightfall pool. I think we have the Warden's Law coming up some point. I'm hoping it's next weekend. I also think next weekend we're going to be getting a new strike, it seems like. So be on the lookout for some tutorials on that. I'll have to really search. I didn't recognize the name of the strike. Maybe it'll be one that I just forgot that I've done, but I think it's a new Nightfall next week. Heading over to Saint 14. This week's Crucible map, remember it is double Crucible ranks, 4 trials is Altar of Flame. It's been a while since we've had Altar of Flame. Used to be one of the maps that was always used, so I'm not sure if I'm glad to see it back or was wishing it would stay gone forever. But let me know in the comments section down below if you're looking forward to Altar of Flame. This week's adept weapon is the Summoner. Pretty popular weapon, great for PvP and PvE. There's also a Triumph this week, if I'm not mistaken. If I can just look over there maybe really quick. That I believe is going to be giving out a extra Trials weapon. Yeah, here we go. Trials by Firing Squad, win multiple rounds in Trials of Osiris. Get a Trials weapon as well as double ranks. Remember, it's also double rewards and double ranks for any Crucible playlist. That includes Trials this week, so make sure you check it out. If you're looking for anything as far as those AFK farms, you can check out my last videos or the tutorials for the Nightfall. They'll all be linked in the top right corner or at the end of this video. And that is going to conclude all the information for today. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2, The Final Shape, Echoes, Act 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things I just mentioned also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When and if we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox or a PlayStation or a video card if you play on PC. If you've watched to this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag Xur or a hashtag The Final Shape or a hashtag Echoes in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Good luck in Trials if you're playing. Let me know in the comments if any of those exotics are for you. And of course, once more, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.